Hello. Okay, we are back. If anyone was watching that, I'm sorry, we had a bit of technical difficulty. So, about the University of Gloucestershire in southwest England. It's set in the countryside in an area of outstanding natural beauty called the Cotswolds. This is a bit like a national park in Canada, so it is a protected area of rolling hills, absolutely beautiful landscape. Students really like that natural setting being close by the university for mountain biking, rock climbing, hikes. There are a lot of equestrian activities in the area, and we're very well known for our sporting. So we have some excellent sporting facilities all around us, including lakes, so students are able to go wakeboarding, kayaking, canoeing, and an indoor slope, so students who are skiers or snowboarders can still keep their skills up while they're studying in the UK. So that's a little bit about the area. The towns that the university are set in, we have 3 campuses, and those are located in Cheltenham, which is a Regency spa town. What that means is that in the 1800s, they discovered that around the UK there were a few places that had natural springs that would come up. And in those days, people thought that drinking those spring waters would be healing to any ailment. So royalty and a lot of their rich friends decided to build some of these places up as kind of leisure resorts. So Cheltenham is one of those. It isn't anymore. We don't have that many visits from royalty anymore, but it is still a very, very lovely place to be with all the original architecture intact. Gloucester, nearby, which is where one of our campuses is one of the first Roman English cities in the UK. So it has some stunning early architecture. It's really well known for its medieval cathedral and is often used as a filming location. So whether you've known it or not, you've probably seen Cheltenham and Gloucester a lot in TV shows and in the movies. So that's a little bit about the area that we're in. Again, we are 2 hours from London. It's a very well-connected area. We're also very accessible to Birmingham, Bristol, Cardiff, and a lot of those major airports in the area. So although we are kind of a small countryside town and location, we have access to all the big city life that you could hope for. So the University of Gloucestershire is about 10,000 students. It's just over 10% international, and international students often like that kind of balance of having diversity but also being able to integrate into the British society and make British friends. If you go to other universities that have a larger international population, it can be a lot more difficult to connect to that local culture. So it really will depend on the experience that you want and whether you want that metropolitan vibe with a lot of international students or kind of a smaller community with a lot of local British students. The university is really well known for a few things. Sustainability is one of our biggest. We have been a green leader since the 1980s, which is kind of before being green was such a big thing as it is now. So we're very proud of our culture of sustainability. We have events such as Fair Trade Fortnight, and students are able to get involved in green social enterprise, and several are running their own businesses based on local producers, local supply chains. It's very, very cool culture to be a part of. Creativity is another big thing that we're pushing for our students. So in all of our courses, even if they aren't by nature creative, we're trying to help students find creative ways in which to not only participate in their industry, but also to further it and find solutions that will help them kind of progress in their field. We consider ourselves very nurturing. I'll talk a little bit more about student support. We try to make sure that all of our students are happy and successful, and we have a lot of student support staff on the campus. Service is another big building block for us at the university. We have a campaign called 10,000 Hours, where staff and students work together to dedicate 10,000 hours of volunteering to the local community. So that's something that I'm very proud to be a part of, and a lot of our students are able to volunteer in all sorts of ways, whether it's for one afternoon to something that you dedicate to yourself to week after week. So a little more about the campuses and the culture. As I mentioned before, we have 3 campuses. If you are interested in a specific course, you'll see on our website that there is a campus listed at the very top-hand page. So the 3 campuses are Francis Close Hall campus, which is located in the center of Cheltenham, and that's where a lot of our humanities design programs, psychology, criminology, education, where they are all taught. It's also known as our Harry Potter campus because it looks kind of like that. The next campus is our Park campus. So this is about a 20-minute walk from the center of Cheltenham, and this is where our business courses, media, law, product design, retail management, courses like that are taught. It's called the Park campus because it used to be a botanical garden and a zoo, so it's a very lovely setting with a lake, fields. That's where my office is, and I have to say that it's a very nice place to work and be each day. And our last campus is the Oxstalls campus. That's the only one that we have in Gloucester. It's an easy 20-minute bus ride from the other campuses, and that's where our hospitality, leisure, and performing arts students go for their classes. Before I get into what it's like to transfer as a Canadian college student, and then the fees and the tuition, I just wanted to give a little bit of rundown of UK academic terminology. It can be different than what you've heard here in the UK, so it'll be really useful to you before you get involved in the application process to know what a few things mean. So level 6 is also known as top-up, and that is the third and final year of the 3-year undergraduate degree that is traditional in England. Level 5, of course, is the second year, so the middle year of the 3-year degree, and level 4 is the first year of the undergraduate degree. A lot of the time on UK university websites, you will see L5, L6, L4 in parentheses next to a course title, so that tells you what year of the undergraduate degree that you're looking at if you're looking at, say, a class list. Another good thing to know is that course in the UK is applying to major or program that you're applying to, rather than a specific class. A class in the UK is called a module. So when you're looking at a certain course, like International Business Management, you'll see a module list for that course. So it's a little bit different than here in Canada. A placement is something that you'll see a lot on our website. So we are very employability focused. A lot of our students, some courses do require a placement, but a lot of our courses, including business, encourage students to take an optional placement. Some students do 3 months all the way up to a 12-month placement. That typically comes just after the second year, or level 5 of the course. Usually our students are able to find paid work placements. That is not guaranteed, but that is a very good opportunity to look into, especially as a business student or someone who really wants to jump into the industry immediately after graduating from their undergraduate degree. A course map, of course, is, as I was describing, modules and courses. The course map is the outline of the structure and the detailed module descriptions on websites. So if you really want to get into the details of what a course is going to offer to you, then you should search for course maps on any university website. And the last thing I wanted to mention is that if you are a computer sciences student, it's good to know that in the UK that's called computing, not just doing mathematics or computing equations, but computing equals computer sciences. Okay, so that's a little bit of academic terminology for you. So transferring as a Canadian college student to the University of Gloucestershire to finish off your bachelor's degree, there's a couple of different ways to do that. The University of Gloucestershire has some formal pathway arrangements with several Ontario colleges. At Seneca College, we have transfer pathways in animation, media, design, and computer sciences. At Humber College, we have pathways in advertising, games programming, computer sciences, media, design, and theater performance. At George Brown College, we have pathways in computer sciences and games design. And at Fanshawe College, we have pathways in computer sciences. So if you are a student of any of those subjects at any of those colleges, then you probably have a little bit of an easier time of it, and please do either contact myself or KOM Consultants to learn more about how you can go directly from one of those diplomas at Seneca or Humber or George Brown or Fanshawe directly into your bachelor's degree with the University of Gloucestershire. For those others, you would be non-pathway transfer students, and that is okay too. It's not much harder of a process, but it is something that we look at more on a case-by-case basis. Again, myself and KOM Consultants are here to support you, so please do contact us for more information if you want to transfer to finish your bachelor's degree with us. There are some options that are open to students in particular disciplines that are available for very, very easy applications. So for instance, in business, we have several courses at the university that are very easy for business students at Canadian colleges to transfer into, such as Business Management and Strategy. That is a level 6 top-up. So if you go on our website, you'll see if you are on a 3-year advanced diploma here in Ontario, that you can transfer into the Business Management and Strategy level 6 course quite easily. If you are on a 2-year diploma here in Ontario, then our International Business Management course is very easy for you to transfer into. Those courses are designed for international students to be able to bring their perspectives into the classroom. So they're more of a diverse class anyway, so they're very, very good for college transfer students. There are some as well in hospitality and the arts, media, and design, but business I just wanted to give as an example for now. So it's possible to transfer, and it's a great place to be, a great place to study, and you can get your bachelor's degree in 1 or 2 years. That sounds fantastic. So what about the realities of how much it's going to cost? So our tuition, if you are interested in studying in the UK, is very competitive. International students are often in the UK charged a lot more than domestic students. Domestic students have to pay £9,000 per year. At the University of Gloucestershire, we charge £11,500 per year, so not that much more. At the present exchange rate, that comes to about 20,000 Canadian per year. I do know that that is a lot more than you might expect to pay at a Canadian university. One of the things that you really want to keep in mind when looking at the cost of your education is the experience that you're going to get out of it. So studying in the UK for a year, is that worth that additional tuition for you? Some of the ways that we are trying to support Canadian students being able to come and study with us are through bursaries and scholarships. So Canadian college students are very well placed with us. We would love to have you come finish your degrees with us in 1 or 2 years. So we do have automatic bursaries available to you of between £1,000 and £1,500. We also have an international merit scholarship that you can apply for. So the bursary is automatic when you submit your application, and that applies to the first year. So if you come to us for 1 year, then you have that automatic discount for that single year that you're studying with us. If you come to us for 2 years, then you're getting money off of the first year, and you would pay full tuition in your second and final year. The International Merit Scholarship is worth up to 50% off of tuition for 1 year. So that's a huge chunk of money. In order to be competitive for the International Merit Scholarship, you need to have around a 3.4 or 3.5 GPA to get the up to 50% off level. That's based on a pool, so that's kind of the good news. We don't have a standard GPA that you have to achieve. Each year we take the pool of applicants that we have for the year, and it's based on a scale within that pool. So if you have anything over a 3.0, it's still worth applying. Other funding news, we are OSAP eligible. So not all UK or international universities will be. It's very good for you to know that if you are considering using Ontario student loans to fund your bachelor's degree anyway, that you can apply those directly to our degrees. And the cost of living is often one of the things that I hear from Canadian college students, that they are worried that the cost of living would be too much for them. To be honest, I live over there, and I think it's expensive when I come back here. It's really a lot more affordable than you might think. We aren't based in London, we're 2 hours away, and we are set in the countryside, and we're a smaller town. So it's a very, very affordable place We're consistently ranked in the top 5 in the UK for being an affordable place to live in terms of accommodation, as well as cost of living, food, travel, things like that. And it is an investment, so that was kind of my last note. At the University of Gloucestershire, we have a 94% rating of all of our students either going into further education or being in employment in their industry within 6 months of graduating. So that's great. We're really trying to support students to get to be able to get a job in their industry as soon as they graduate. So if you are able to invest in getting a degree with us, we will strive to make you employable so you can get that return on investment immediately. So to apply, if you are interested in coming to the University of Gloucestershire, pretty easy. Just contact KOM Consultants directly. They give free admissions support to students who want to come study with us. For admissions requirements, we do require the successful completion, so you have to pass your diploma, either the 3-year or the 2-year diploma here at your Ontario college. And for application materials, we require a personal statement, a reference, and your transcripts. So nothing too cumbersome, really. And for 2015, you can contact us and start your application anytime. If you are looking further out, I recommend that you apply mid-January, early spring. That really does help to make sure that you get a place on a course. One of the benefits of the University of Gloucestershire is that our class sizes are very small. Our faculty-student ratio is fantastic. Most of our classes cap out at around 30 students, so you get a lot of that faculty face time. But that also means that we have to keep our classes small to be able to maintain that benefit. So apply early and make sure that courses don't fill up. Scholarship deadlines are in June, so still, if you're looking at 2015 or if you're planning for the future, just know that if you're going to start in September, you have until June to work on those scholarship applications. And I did say earlier that I wanted to mention international student support. So one of the things to consider if you do want to study in the UK is that the academic structure and the academic culture is going to be different. So if you have never traveled to or studied in another country, you won't really have a reference for how it can be different. The way that faculty interact with students can be different, but mostly in the UK, it tends to be a much more independent learning style. So faculty will present to you what they expect of you for the semester, and then students are really expected to go out and do everything on their own. This can be difficult, at least at first, but we really strive to make sure that that transition is as easy as possible. We do have free Welcome Week activities, so before your classes even start, we invite you out to the university, we house you, and we help you register with the doctor, open a bank account, meet lots of new people, get settled into the community, basically, before you start your classes. We have an international accommodation officer, so we guarantee on-campus housing for your first year, and if you're only coming to us for 1 year, then you're all set. And then after that first year of living on campus, typically in the UK, students would go and flat share. If you want to do something like that, even for the first year that you're with us, you're welcome to do that, and our international accommodation officer will support you in finding the appropriate housing for you. We do have a very active students' union with lots of clubs and societies. UK students are very active outside of their course, and if you haven't ever tried a sport or you're thinking about joining a club but you don't have any background in it, don't worry, they're very friendly and always looking for new members, so you can try something out even if you've never done it before. We do have one of the best reputations for faith support and visa advice, eco-friendly attitude, and nice place to be. So we're really supporting our students. So don't worry about what that transition might be like. As you can tell, I'm not from the UK. I'm actually from the West Coast, and I do live in the UK now. I studied there as an undergraduate student and can attest that even though it might be difficult to get there, even though it might be difficult to start your studies there, it is absolutely rewarding, and I've never talked to a single person that's ever regretted it. So if you are interested, please contact myself or KOM Consultants and get your application started. We look forward to hearing from you.